morning. It's January 30th. I'm Gene and you're hanging with Uncle. And yes, I'm very late this morning. I slept in. So I normally give my cat his wet food, his cat pate, like around 7:30 or whatever. And he hadn't had it yet because I slept in. So I'm sorry I'm late, but I think what I have to talk about today is relevant, even though it was discussed 50 years ago, because it is still relevant today, and that is the godfather of rap, Scott-Heron, and his poetry. You know, he did very controversial songs, but there's a couple of lyrics from his poem, "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised." Now remember, this came out, let me see, when did this come out? Anyway, long time ago. Yeah, long time ago. And back in the 70s. So remember, back in the 70s, TV really was just kind of brand new. Color TVs were just starting to become a thing. Shows on TV were like Happy Days, I Love Lucy. You had game shows. Basically a lot of white TV put out by Hollywood that was not portraying America the way it was really happening. It was the way that they were trying to get you to buy into a feeling or a belief. And Gil kind of blew that away. But I'll just read some lyrics to you and then we'll kind of talk about it. "You will not be able to lose yourself on Scab and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised." Things that are happening in the streets. Now, the civil rights movement had just passed prior to this, but you can pass laws to change the way people must behave in order to comply, but you can't change the hearts and minds of racist people who are going to believe that and perpetrate it throughout their posterity. We all thought, okay, racism is dead in America when the civil rights movement was brought on, but look at what's happening today. Talking about they. That's a racist term to include everybody, so you hate everybody. For example, now we talk about Mexicans as illegals. They are illegal. So keep that in perspective when we're going through this. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution is happening on the streets. It's happening where we spend our dollars. What's important? For example, right now the price of eggs is skyrocketing. Oh my God, Cadet Bonesboro's promised to lower the price of eggs, and all they've done is gone up. And then when they don't go up, he's not in control of that, but if Biden was still in office, you better believe he would still be getting the blame for it, because that's how much and how hypocritical Republicans are. And that's what Gil Scott is talking about in this. John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spiro Agnew will eat hogs confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. Who are those people? Well, John Mitchell was the Attorney General under Nixon. Abrams, the Abrams tank, who that was named after, and Spiro Agnew was Nixon's vice president. Agnew had to leave office because he was a thief. That's why they called him the bag man. He was the kind of guy that epitomized I'll do a favor for you if you give me X amount of money, and walk out with literally, cash in hand. And, that's just not right if you think about it, okay? Let's see. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. Because when you learn the truth, there's nothing sexy about it. When you learned that you have been oppressed and lied to and manipulated, there's no way that you will smile about realizing, opening your mind to a different way of thinking instead of being myopic and only viewing things from a certain point of view, refusing to allow new information to come in. What he's talking about there. And yeah, let's see what else. There will be no slow motion or still lifes of Rory Wilkins strolling through Watson red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he had been saving just for the proper occasion. Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so damn relevant. And they're not. Women will not care if Dick finally goes down with Jane on The Search for Tomorrow. The books Dick and Jane. Because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. I mean, that's Gil. There's no way I could ever do justice to his style, his message, but these things written 50 years ago are still relevant today. And there's one, and again, it is very controversial, and I think you should look this one up for yourself because it's only 2 minutes long. 2 minutes, 2 seconds, actually. And it's called Whitey's on the Moon. Just listen to it, right? It'll be pretty poignant, pretty self-explanatory. So I'll leave it there. And remember, we wouldn't have to have a revolution if everyone was kind to one another and treated them the way they wanted to be treated. Thanks, Gil, the godfather of rap.